Hey, everybody. Guess what? It's Friday. TGIF, right? Gotta love that. I'm loving it because I'm in a 6 consecutive day work cycle. And so here we are, day 6. I've got to put in another shift. And hopefully by 11 p.m. Central, I'll be done for a couple days and try and figure out what I'm going to do. But the one thing I do know is life is better when you have bacon. Let that be the motto. Life's better with bacon. So, just going to shoot the breeze a little bit, say hi to everybody, wish everybody a nice, happy, eventful weekend wherever you are. Um, Weather is supposed to be really nice as far as lack of precipitation this weekend. That part's good. Still going to be mid 90s, probably close to 100 with the heat index. I almost said wind chill factor, heat index. But just want to share a couple happenings. Um, Yesterday, I was hanging out at a park. I hang out sometimes. Yesterday, I was just forced to hang out because I was out of funds and things to do and almost out of fuel. So I go to a local park, the one I've talked about before a couple times, called Mayo Park, and I pull up under a shade tree, trying not to run the van for air conditioning because of fuel consumption, and I window down, my foot out out the window, just resting on my mirror. It's kind of like a comfortable, chill thing for me. So I'm just watching YouTube on my phone, and then after a little bit, I decide to put a little bit of trash in a bag, and I walk over towards the creek there at Mayo Park. It's called Pond Creek. Sometimes I forget the name of that. So they had in recent months they had moved the trash cans from closer to the parking lot to closer to the pavilions and the creek. So I walk over there in this one direction, deposit my trash, and hey, what's up, Melinda, Melinda, Melinda? We need to get you a frequent flyers card. Get you a free airline trip somewhere. We're gonna work on that. But so I walk over there, deposit the trash, no big deal. I come back, I'm chilling, and the window's down, and all of a sudden I see a guy coming from the creek area, which there's some bushes, a couple of trees, but it like unless this dude knows how to walk on water, I don't know where he was hiding or whatever. But I see him, and he kind of looks over at me, and I just kind of give him a friendly wave. He waved back, and the whole time I'm thinking, man, that was really weird. I was like, I didn't see him over there. That I consider myself pretty observant. Always keep my head on a swivel. I don't know where this dude was. It kind of scared me because I felt like I dropped the ball on my own, survival skills. So he goes up the little entranceway, which is blocked by a lot of large shrubs, for the most part. And then he I don't see him for a while, but then a deputy comes in, and I'm the only vehicle there, and I'm literally just my feet out the window, just watching YouTube. I see this deputy roll in. I'm like, oh man, like I don't want to get harassed. I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't want to go through the interrogation process and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh man, I'm not ready for this. Okay, well, I won't make it too long, Melinda. Hopefully, you know, I don't have anything exciting to report. It's just kind of an interesting story, this first part. But so this deputy pulls in. He does a loop, and I'm thinking, well, he's got to be here for me because I'm the only one here. Then he leaves, And then after he leaves, I see that guy on the bike headed. It would be westbound on Highway 90, but there's like a bridge right there that goes over the creek, and he had his leg over the guardrail because I must be like tight traffic. And I see him looking. He was either looking for the police or I thought it was unsafe for him to cross, and that's what he was looking for, to make sure he didn't get hit by a car or something. So that happens. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, man, that was really odd. I don't know where he was, where, I couldn't see him. So all of a sudden, here comes the deputy again, and he's pulling up right next to. I'm like, oh my God, here it is. I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm at a park just watching YouTube, and he says, "Hey man," I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, sir?" He goes, "By chance, you see a guy with a bike?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I told him the story. I said, "He just came out of nowhere over here," and I said, "It's a white guy, probably in his 30s, brown hair with a ball cap on." Yeah, that's him. And hey, Jamie, what's up? Uh, so anyway, so it was funny. So I told him, I said, what's really weird, because there was like bushes that were kind of like mostly obstructing the creek, and it looked to me from a distance like there was a canoe there with a bunch of stuff in it. So I'm thinking like, man, did this dude actually have this bike on this canoe and then just go to shore and then, you know, bike away or whatever? And so I told the deputy that, and then so I see him walking over there looking, and I see him looking, and he doesn't see anything. And so then after he leaves, I said, well, damn, I'm going to go over there and look, because this really has me perplexed. And I walk over there. What I thought was a canoe was one of those floating tubes. They're like a for like riprap or whatever on the water. And it was a bunch of trash that collected around that tube. It kind of made it look contoured like a canoe. And then I felt like a total jackass when I realized there was no canoe. So right then, it was funny because I couldn't see over the bush, so I stepped on this tree stump. Well, this tree stump was filled with fire ants, so they tore me up, and I was over there doing the funky chicken dance. So then a deputy, he had pulled in, and while I was dancing, probably wondering what I was on. So then I approached him to tell him, tell the other deputy there was no canoe. I misinterpreted, that as a canoe. So anyway, so they were looking for this dude for something. But the funny thing is, I've seen that dude before shop at the store where I work at night. So I was kind of like looking for him periodically last night. Didn't see him, but that was yesterday's activities. Man, I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. I always do. Oh yeah. So the reason I was at that park versus the park where I am in now, that I come to frequently, is once again I was not approached but semi-approached by another homeless person. Right, a homeless person talking about other homeless people. How ironic is that? So it was a gentleman. I was in the same exact spot where I am now, and 2 pavilions away there was a gentleman, didn't have a bike, or he was shirtless, and uh, he started to try and sign to me. And once again, I was concerned about safety and really didn't have anything to offer, because the day before payday is always brutal. So I see him and I just kind of wave to him. I used to know sign language. I really don't remember hardly anything. So I just kind of waved to him, and I was already planning on leaving. I backed out, and I felt bad because I just kind of drove away. And I feel really bad for the deaf people, the deaf community, because they have a very, very small um, communication network. So I felt like I let them down, but once again, for safety reasons and just the fact that I really couldn't contribute anything yesterday, uh, kind of, this place is a beautiful park, but it does tend to draw homeless people. So what else? What else? So yeah, I'm in. I don't think I mentioned this. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm repeating myself. So I'm trying to remember without notes. I'm in. Today's going to be day 6 of working in a row. I'll be off for a couple days. I had reserved free campsites about 40, 50 miles away from here. And due to finances and all the budget, even though it's free, it costs a lot for fuel and food and stuff to get out there. Keep the ice. My cooler's not the greatest, so I got to keep replenishing the ice to keep the food good. So I may not be going out to that site. Um, I don't know. If I I just need a miracle. I'm like trying to figure it all out. I may just stay a little more local, save a little more money on fuel, and then just try and cut some corners here and there. I can live more economically closer to this region. Uh, if you watched a while back, I told you I got booted from Walmart boondocking. It looks like I wasn't the only one. At first, I thought I was, and it looks like most of those people that were regulars there have been booted. And there's a couple new people, but so right next to the Walmart, there's a movie theater. So I've been boondocking there, literally like 15 feet from where I was previously, but on the other side of the hedgerow. So far, I haven't had any problems. This morning when I woke up, I was actually going from the back to the front, and I saw a code enforcement truck pull in. I thought that was kind of odd. I don't know if that's under their duties or whatever, but he pulled up near the front of the movie theater. So I don't know if he was there related to me or anybody else or there for a different purpose. So I'm like, great. one more one more hurdle. So tonight I'll be staying at a different location, and I just need to figure out if I go to that campground I want to go to, I'm not going to have enough money to make it through the week. I really need to get out to nature and soothe my soul, but I got to be smart in the same token and all that. It takes me off because trying to be financially responsible as much as I can with the little bit of funds I have. But what else? What else can I tell you? Yeah, we're super short-handed at work. Next 2 weeks are going to absolutely be terrible. It does not look like I'm going to have a 3-day weekend on Labor Day. Pretty sure I have to work on Labor Day. Good news and bad news. If I do work that, it would be time and a half. I'd prefer to have a 3-day weekend, so probably the weekend afterwards, I potentially could have a 3-day weekend. So it's always the dangling carrot keeps moving. Paid some bills this morning. Embarrassingly, this is a self-confession. I was without phone service for a couple of days, and that sucks when that happens. It's embarrassing. Fortunately, for the most part, I did have access to my emails and internet. That part was kind of cool. Now I have phone service again. Uh, just been literally just trying to chill. I've been wanting to do some YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't try not to force anything, but it's been so daggone hot. I've been just really just trying to chill out. Um, I hit 2,100 watch hours overnight, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to get to 3,000. I don't know what's a realistic time frame. If I can hit that by Thanksgiving, that would be pretty cool. I'd have to produce some pretty good content. Uh, Man, I feel like there was some other stuff I wanted to share. I just need to get into the van, clean it out. Social Security. Um, Almost 2 weeks into hearing what hoops I need to jump through next, and if I'll get my first payment September 25th or not. I don't know. It sucks being in limbo. They're so short-handed. They said it's a 30-day wait approximately a 30-day wait from when you apply. So I'm eager to get to that first payment, so I can do a video, a proper, true video on the Social Security process, what you can expect and not expect. There's a lot of different videos out there that a lot of them aren't 100% accurate based on what I've learned so far. So I want to dispel any myths or truths. Not, I don't want to dispel any truths, but I want to try and focus on facts in my situation. So as far as, like, I've been told numerous times by a couple different people, I would get back pay from the date I applied. We'll find out if that's relevant or applicable, stuff like that. But right now it's only 10:30 on a Friday. I'm chilling. I really want to go to that campsite, but I really need to not be miserable for, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday prior to payday. I got another tough week of finances ahead, but that's it. Just hoping everybody has a good weekend. What are your plans? What are you doing? Um, oh, one other thing. I've been working on as we're talking. I'm getting a text message from another creditor. Stand in line, folks. I need to eat before you get paid. That's the sad reality. But yeah, I'm trying to do some stuff for Reefs Across America, Mission 22, the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity that encompasses both. I actually did a video less than a week ago talking of how I was going to start getting aggressive with the city of Milton and do some things. After sitting on that for 12 hours, I kind of regained some of my emotions and put them in check for a little bit. I said, let me put that on the back burner for a little bit, but it's a political season, you know what I mean? So I probably could get some things done, push some buttons, make a couple phone calls to get some cemetery upgrades, get some attention towards Mission 22 here in Milton, Florida, Reefs Across America, mostly because I know that's active. The Mission 22, that's another story. It goes to some central hub. They really didn't want to, they were like really vague, and like they wouldn't give me a representative in this area. I wasn't real happy with the whole process with Mission 22 as it pertains to Milton, Florida. But I'm still working on trying to do some things related to that. I have reached out to the people in charge of Reefs Across America for Milton, Florida. No communication. So I'm not real happy with that. I'll try one more time, and then I'll push some buttons and tick some people off. That's what it takes. But the veterans need better. They need to be remembered, honored, and we also need to teach the youth about our veterans and stuff like that. So with that being said, let's never forget the veterans. Let's try and make their service worthwhile. And everybody, share your plans for the weekend. Tell me what you're up to. Are you grilling, chilling, trying to stay out of bad weather? What are you doing? I'm just going to be trying to be chilling like a villain. Peace out, folks. Remember, nature can soothe your soul. So can money.